victory over Romania tonight could set them well on their way to being history makers. Sam, what way is this going to go?
I really can't call it, Joe, but interesting to see David Gerard, one of my old coaches, leaving out number 10 from last weekend, Alin Kanake, and opting for Hinkley Valvasa. Will most likely be taking this kickoff for Romania.
That's not Hinkley Valvasa.
Excellent kick that was. That wasn't, but it was an excellent kick indeed.
Ceremonial duties on Belgium's big night. And a huge credit to the union for
good to go on you, Finn.
Stoking the fires of the rugby playing public to create this cauldron. Valvasa, unmissable in his technicoloured head guard.
Belgium.
Checks left, checks right, checks
time on
with our referee. And he gets round 2 of the Rugby Europe Championship 2025 underway and into the arms of the Belgian boys, who are looking to write a page that no other Belgian side has ever done internationally.
On now.
And that is Taste victory against the Romanian Oaks.
Always in.
Great clearance from Belgium.
That's going to be you, okay?
Exactly how they would have liked to start the match.
Right, come.
Relieving the pressure from their own 22.
I'll get your numbers.
Can have a look at this Romanian line-out now.
Full player.
Ticked over quite nicely last weekend. One of their strengths, as always. David Gerard, their coach, a real line-out technician.
The ball is crystal clear off the top, but a few nerves jingling and jangling for Hinkley Valvasa early on. He's been bestowed the 10 jersey,
good guys,
as you said, in place of Alin Kanake, and an early error.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the crowd's getting to him. I mean, the man has played at World Cups, so bit of an early error for the Romanians off the top. Very much unexpected, but good field position here for Belgium. A great field position, in fact. This scrum in the middle of the pitch, offering a number of options.
Binds! Set!
He had a number of really eye-catching performances in the World Cup, namely against Ireland, with Romania largely under the pump the whole time they were in France. Speaking of, it's the Belgian scrum that are desperately under pressure, and so too in the ruck. Ferocious counter-rucking from the Romanians, who have hung their hats on physicality for decades now. They have sought to depart all-out brutality and blend it with dynamic back play, but you can see right there the hunger for hitting human beings.
Okay, 9, use it. Hold there.
Julian Berger goes to the pocket. A sweeping kick. And a bit of life in the crowd as the ball almost bounces kindly, but then it doesn't. Nanamua almost scooping it up and making Belgium pay.
It's taken back.
Once of the Cornish Pirates and Sale in the north of England. This is chip gobbled up, and the sizable frame of Romania's left wing introduced into the attacking line once again. Romania built through their big boys. Andrei Mahu, once of London Irish, Zivra and Perpignan.
This is good.
Huge amounts of experience across the globe, and wonderfully precise hands to burst into the 22 through Christy Bobbitt.
breathless first few minutes, isn't it?
Okay, inside.
Pure physicality of the carry
Yes,
for
now
these
use it.
Romanian forwards, but how well did Belgium do to get hold of possession again? Lovely counter up on the edge there, seeing their opportunity and making the most of it. Belgium delighted with that clearance.
Find the salvation of the touchline, and I mean that is a really well-run defensive set and incredibly disciplined as well. Not a penalty given with the hulking frames of the Romanians barreling down upon them.
Yeah, I'll get.
Yeah, you've got to say they're showing some serious physicality in the counter-attack in that first few minutes. The Romanians making things very tough indeed, putting the Belgium halfbacks under a lot of pressure and very difficult to play on the back foot, as we all know. So they'll be hoping for a bit more secure ruck ball, the Belgians, in their attack.
Stefan Buri.
Ball's at the front.
Iana
side entry number 2.
finds his man. He's on the books at Castra, but he's been getting his time on the pitch for Nevev in Pro D2 this season. We can't take the 9 like that. And the penalty conceded by the Belgians.
Yeah, we won't see a finer example all day, I think, of a rolling maul from the Romanians. They just switched it right the way around, and the Belgians just guilty of entering from the side. Very clear instructions from referee Holly Davidson. And there they are again.
Another
opportunity to get this roll moving. David Gerard will like the pace of this game, I think. The Romania coach. There it is, just rolling around to the right. Nothing the Belgian defence could do about it. Really well worked.
Maul through the mark. Vantage, one side entry.
Again, the Romanians go for the power play, and it's Ruyana who is right at the heart of that drive. Hints of a jackal brushed away, and then Chirika javelins himself into the Belgian defence. Valvasa skips through one, tramples over another. Romania 10 metres shy, they switch play to the left-hand side, and then the white jerseys flood round the same corner. That's Alexandru Sava, and his 39th Romanian international.
Still playing advantage from one side entry.
Mahu, just lurking with intent, receives the tip on that he's so craved.
He's good.
But the Belgians clamp down, and well, the breakdown is good, but advantage was being played. Real pressure from the Romanians.
Number 1 in the side.
Yeah, real pressure, but another bit of indiscipline there in the Belgian defensive maul. But it's really well worked, isn't it? It's all about knowing your strengths, and this Romanian team for many, many years have known theirs, and the maul is one of them. I'm sure they'll go for another one, you think? Unless he's just put the ball down, he may well be going for posts. But they seem to have a much clearer idea, this Romanian team, around their attacking structure. Certainly a year on from David Gerard starting in the role.
I'm good, thank you.
It's looking very good indeed. Everyone's very switched on, seems to know their roles. Look at how these forwards are working, and look at the speed. Oh, we just missed it on the replay, but the speed of the carry there. It was Christy Marian Kirika wearing the number 7 shirt. Absolutely brilliant carry, taking his team forward.
A testing effort, but no sweat from wide out to the left of the uprights, and Romania scored the first points of the match via the boot of Gabriel Rupanu.
Yeah, it wasn't the easiest kick for a first of the game, but we can see what this means to Romania. They know they're just getting one step closer to that much envied World Cup qualification if they can win this one. Putting the 3 points on the board and getting that scoreline ticking, absolutely vital for them.
Belgium, denied emphatically. This is their first
Backward.
foray in the Romanian half.
Back by White.
And they're being swarmed upon by the Romanians. It's big physicality from big men, but it's real hunger as well.
Okay, Romania, use it.
To the skies the visitors go. Lovely silky dummer from
No
Hugo de
hands,
Franc.
White.
15 points from the boot last week. No one at home in the heart. An instinctive chip ahead from Berger. Awkward bouncing ball, Valvassa, cool as a cucumber, and had plenty of friends around him, but no one really offering the support that he needed.
Yes, now use it.
Belgium matching the Romanians for the defensive hunger. Rupanu forced to clear the decks, doesn't get out of the 22. And Belgium have a purple patch.
I mean, how quickly do the tables turn? I was about to say, Joe, this pressure that Romania are putting on the Belgians is on another level. And the electricity, you can feel it in this packed stadium here. Stade Charles Trondreau, I should say. French pronunciation, just letting me down a little bit. But despite that Romanian onslaught, the Belgians finding a very nice line-up position indeed. And with this crowd behind them, the 16th man, as we call it, they will look at this opportunity very nicely indeed.
It's a coordinated drive, and more red jerseys are arriving to resource the initial bust.
Number 1 collapse.
Romania, and namely Alexandru Sava,
Collapse.
forced to bring it down illegally.
Interesting to see the decision here. Yeah, I mean, in front of your home crowd, early on in the game, first 10 minutes, no surprise.
Just off the line,
This
guys.
local
Just
support
off the
behind
line.
them. To see that man, Hugo de Franc, going for the corner. Trying to get this steam train rolling and get some points on the board.
Tell you what, Maxime Jadot was doing some really unglamorous work, just wearing the shoulders of the Romanians to protect the interests of his forwards behind him, and again he's at the front providing the cover.
Stay there. As once. Keep going back.
Belgium as close as they've been all match, just the travel, and then the arrival from the captain, who steamrolls his way to the line. Romanian defenders clinging in desperation, but they couldn't stop big Jens Torfs.
Yes.
Jens Torfs coming in, unstoppable on that bingo line. A peel-off from the maul from his number 9, Julian Berger. And what a try. Steam train running in over the whitewash in for a Belgian try. What a great decision to go for that line out in the corner. And there's Berger on that horizontal line across, and Jens Torf, what a line. No stopping him from that far out.
Thanks very much.
Hopefully his number 9, Berger, didn't receive a blow there. He looks like he's still down. That'll be a massive blow for the Belgians. It really does make their game tick. We'll use that down for the Romanians as well. Looks like he's in a bit of trouble.
No, for
Was
me,
that
I
the
saw
same
it.
collision?
Originally, it was held up by your player, but in the first movement, he then got it down. Yeah.
Well, you can see right there, Jens Torf is almost the same dimensions as Charles-Henri Berger.
Colin, do you still have me?
The latter
We've just got
plays
9
loose head
Belgium
prop.
down, and I think it's number
That
11
is the
for
size
Romania, both
of
down
the
injured.
Belgian
Can you just
captain
make sure that there's no foul
who
play
plays
there?
inside centre.
Thank you.
Absolute fridge of a man, isn't he? And a brilliant leader for this Belgian side, you've got to say. hope these two, Julian Berger for the Belgians and Jason Tamane for Romania, are going to get up from this one unscathed.
And Jason Tamane is no small man himself, 6'2", 107 kilos.
Access is good for me. Yeah.
And there is serious collateral damage from that Torf's carry. Alarmingly for Belgium, one of them is Berger.
There's that challenge. It looks like a bit of an almost no arms there from Tamani. Right into the knee of Berger. Really strong collision in that area. I mean, of course it would be. The Romanians doing everything in their power to keep the Belgians out there, but just not quite enough, as Captain Jens Torfs went over. Fairly straightforward conversion this should be for Hugo de Frank. Still playing his rugby in Portugal, I believe.
.61 points in 13 Belgian appearances for Hugo de Frank, while he watches his half-back partner have his right knee mummified.
It's just starting out as a really interesting battle, isn't it? We thought the Romanians were right on top of the Belgian side, but
guys, can we, if we're staying on,
with this
can we
16th man, the crowd behind them, the electricity in this packed out stadium, I think the Belgians are just finding a bit of extra energy and getting back into this. They know what's at stake. I think they absolutely know that a result today would be massive in this World Cup qualification campaign. And there it is. 2 extras added by Hugo de Frank.
As predicted, the Belgian 10 making light work of the conversion, and just as they did against Germany last week, Romania trailing early in this match. Belgium 7, Romania 3. But that is the dream outcome from the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, we always say it, Joe, the one thing you don't want to do after scoring points or putting points on the board is just switch off on that kick receipt. And so many teams do, and we see it so much in the Rugby Europe Championship. After scoring points, a team is most susceptible to letting in points, and just a brilliant kickoff, wasn't it, from Valvasa, just over the lifting pod.
Up the Romanians go, and forward they drive. Too many carcasses at their feet to continue the advance. So Rupanu, the scorer of their 3 points to this juncture,
use it,
implores his forwards to work hard round the corner and carry into the red jerseys of Belgium. Immense strength from Belgium to hold up the runner, and they survive the onslaught.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that carry back towards the inside there. I think he needed to take an outside arc, get to a weak shoulder, try and cut off that Belgian defence. Just ran straight into the man, and at this level, you're going to be met force with force. And it was a sort of straightforward ball held up for Belgium. Not to take anything away from that brilliant defending. It's just a poor option on the carry.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Belgium 5 metres from their line. It's an eager 8 from Romania, isn't it? You can see they're spring-loaded, ready to drive, but they need to be careful they don't get penalised for going early.
This is your one warning. Set a better height.
You can also see the The pitch is a little bit slippery underfoot.
You're good.
A lot of the forwards looking at their boots, taking the mud out. Very short grass indeed. Often meaning a fast-flowing game, but it looks like it's been raining a little.
Bind.
A bit slippery underfoot.
Set.
The patched up Berger gets the ball in. It's not a clean hook, but Belgium fished the ball out under pressure.
Away, Romania!
A swallowing tackle from Kristi Boboc.
Use it, Nate!
The angle challenging for Belgium. Surprised that they went into the dead ball area. The kick is only served to pick out Marius Simoniescu, who was in scintillating form last week in the second half against Germany.
Release! It's all right.
Belgium with a bit more clarity to how they may be able to exit this realm of their half. Bit loopy to de front, but goodness me, a booming boot. And a kick to compete, almost claimed, brilliant by Tavita Manamua. There's real size and firepower on the edges for Romania tonight, with Manamua and Iliesa Tike, who made his debut last week against Germany. Simoniescu is a little more lithe, but no less elusive. William van Bost, who had a big 80 minutes last week alongside Jean-Maurice Decubert. It's a battle in that middle third at the moment, isn't it, Sam?
Are you okay?
It is. A couple of massive kicks from the Belgians, both Hugo de Frank and Jens Torfs, using their right boots to put the Romanians back into their half. And I'm sure we're going to see another one now to clear the lines. The Romanians opting for the higher kicks. And there's an up and under.
TK.
Well taken indeed.
Well, that hit needed to come from Decubert. You get the sense from TK that once he wriggles free, he's a tricky man to lasso.
Yeah, just the conditions underfoot not quite suiting his game, perhaps.
Maybe he'll take off instead.
Play on, good contest.
Oh, de Frank owns the skies. Berger, regular for Van in the French top 14. And here is Erwin Murik. Irv the swerve can only find the face of another player on the field. Palpable excitement when Erwin Murik gets on the ball. Another who's been plying his trade in France for many seasons. The front spots a bit of unattended grass, and Simoniescu will get called back.
I mean, they're under pressure, this Belgian side, but it's got to be said that they are coping with it very well indeed. And the Romanians just opting for the higher kicks. I mentioned it before, up and unders. We saw Simionescu with a couple, but just the accuracy letting them down. Well, the Belgians' kicking game seems to be at a slightly higher level. Simionescu just misjudging his up and unders, not getting enough distance, just giving away possession a little bit too cheaply in the middle of the pitch there. That's really unfortunate to see Berger's game cut short.
Time back on when you're ready. I'll put Romania on the line. You guys.
He was looking laboured as he arrived at the ruck. earlier in that passage, and well, Simeon Soenen comes and joins us. He played 80 minutes last week against Portugal. That was at fullback.
Advantage, hands on the floor first.
So not a recognised scrum half.
Number 6.
Yeah, not a recognised scrum half, and I think
first, then onto the ball.
it wasn't the first pass of the game that you would have hoped for, sending it way over De Frank's head. Not what you want to see as a fly half.
Sorry, what's going on there?
Just kicking off a little bit, looks like. The pressure is palpable.
Well, the fact that there's no specialist scrum half on the bench tells you everything about the importance of Julien Berger to this Belgian outfit. The beating heart, the man that they wouldn't even dream of replacing unless absolutely forced, which in this instance, they have done.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely key, and it might just change the structure of this game for Belgium. Soenen not being an out-and-out 9 really will affect their attacking game.
Gets a nice short pass to a big bruising runner, Alex Renier, building his confidence with passes from the base. These are easy meters and some tepid tackling from the Romanians. De Frank spots some green grass, sets Soenen off and after it.
Cleared him out. On ball.
Holly Davidson not buying the theatrics of Irvin Muric.
Tackler assist, release! Your tackle assist. Yeah, onside, guys.
It's a good option to look in
Use
behind
it, 9.
with those little kicks, but well covered by Romania. The pressure's still on, though. This Belgian side doing well to
It's going to be you.
push themselves up the gears here, because
Thanks, Colin.
that will affect them. The whole leadership group in the team will have changed now, with Soenen coming on.
Five man.
Berger, a real leader in there.
Oh, sorry.
At 34 years old, 35 just the other day.
Cheers of the crowd rewarded with a steal from Romania. Does fall into Belgian hands, but and a little bit of imprecision means it'll be a Romanian throw-in now.
I'll get numbers for you. How many?
The home side still leading 7 points to 3.
Okay.
With approaching 24 minutes gone.
Good. A stinger.
Great atmosphere.
Good. Time back on.
You can hear on the feed the enthusiasm of this crowd is fantastic. It's keeping this Belgian side going.
No competition. Play on.
They've got the lead. Probably unexpectedly.
At the front.
It's a brilliant defensive move. They'll be delighted with that. Just possibly over-celebrating.
Thanks very much.
Well, Gabriel Rupanu took a long run up to barge into Thomas de Mulder. And he got pinballed back, didn't he? I'm not sure he's going to want to see that on the replay. And
no, it's fine. There's no competition.
Alex Renier is definitely not going to want to see that throw in the analysis session on Monday morning.
Regathered.
Gifts the ball back to the Romanians, who swing their laces through it, and Jordan Gott fields and returns.
It's outside, guys.
It looks like the touch judge thinks he saw a touch of the ball from
On the line, guys.
Woolrath there,
On the line.
who was covering. Just misjudged the flight of that kick slightly. It was excellently placed into the corner, looking for that 50-22. Didn't quite get it. Pressure back on Belgium. And how delighted would they be to go into half-time with a lead here against the higher-ranked Romanian side.
Thomas Woolrath, who plays his rugby at Langon in National 1 in France, alongside Thomas de Mulder.
Inside! Inside!
His error isn't punished because the line out is malfunctioning for both sides really right at the moment. Healthy clearance. And you're not going to get away with that one, TK.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear Holly Davidson saying play on for that one. TK just doing what he could to keep it on, but it wasn't.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely fantastic clearance, wasn't it?
Yep, thank you.
Sending the ball out of his own half.
Don't worry. And I won't
From deep inside his own 22 under pressure. That's exactly what his side will want. That's exactly what Laurent Dossard will want as well. Relieving the pressure on this Belgian side, especially when you're in the league. So important to minimise phases in your own half and just clear that ball.
Long fizz ball straight in midfield. Mighty from Jean-Marie Ecubert.
No hands.
Romania keeping it in the hands of their large-framed forwards. Valvassa gets a skip on.
No, Belgium, players.
And it's a wrestle with his forearm, and he's dragged to the ground eventually.
Play on, let's forget.
Better from Romania, who are beginning to find fractured field. Gontignac skipping through to the 22. Timoniescu.
Just a penalty.
Caught high by Jadot. And the other tight head, Manole, skittles away a few Belgian defenders. Valvassa, little dink into the path of Tamani.
Advantage, that was fine.
Yep. I think it's a shame for this Belgian defence, working so hard. Just let down a little bit by number 3, Maxime Jadot. Didn't need to go high there.
Good. 3 points.
Just reverse the pressure back onto that Romanian side. No need to let slip. A little bit of ill discipline. We know how strict referees are of late with anything around that area. We call it a seatbelt tackle. It was so clear to see right in front of the referee. And probably 3 easy points on the board.
Thank you.
Although, this is something of a compliment to the Belgian defence. We're talking about a team that opened the floodgates in try-scoring terms against Germany last week, but they feel driven to the tee at the moment to harvest their points because they are struggling to break down this Belgium defence.
Backwards.
And they don't get their reward from the tee. Cannoning off the upright. Belgium clear. And another assault from range is about to be launched by the Romanians.
My word, Manamua, number 11 for Romania, just shrugging Belgian defenders off of him.
Number 2
A
off
carry
feet.
around the corner from Chirika.
Still playing advantage.
Ooh, that's awkward. As Valvassa fell on the Belgian player on the deck. Simoniescu goes to the skies. Asks TK to climb, and climb he does. Pops off the floor to Gontignac, who races round the corner, but he runs out of pitch.
Yeah, they go back for the penalty, but that's a bit better accuracy, wasn't it, from Simionescu off the boot? A brilliant take in the air from TK. He looks very dangerous, Joe. You mentioned it before, having him, someone like him, in a bit of space.
Yeah, that's what the penalty's for.
Massive threat for this Romanian side. They'll go for the line out this time.
Captain, if you're going to counter, you need to be on your feet.
How slippery is this ball, though? I mean,
okay?
every time the ball's up in the air, looks very difficult to catch indeed. Not sure if it's the new ball and the wet surface, combination of the two.
4.
A few fumbles before regathering.
Full time. 5. 5.
Manamua becoming more impactful as the game and the carries go on. Mahu round the corner.
Play on! He's got it!
But not enough protection supplied to Rupanu. And de Franck wipes the slate clean again.
Good now.
Can't find touch. Simoniescu's there. Pins his ears back. Collides with Muric. But the crowd and Sonnen have seen something, but Holly Davidson chiefly, and most importantly, hasn't. Valvassa bringing out the box of tricks, but he doesn't seem to care that it's a slippery ball. It's Romania who are paying the price. Wonderful chase from the forwards. Mulder arriving on the scene, and Romania all the way back on their 10-metre line.
Okay, let him go.
I think Romania just getting a little impatient, aren't they? They don't quite understand how they're behind in this game.
Simoniescu smartly puts his name on it. And now it's TK. Loads of room to run with. So evasive, so fast. Teeming with power. But doesn't cherish the ball as he goes to ground. A rueful smile and a line out to the Belgians, who continue to maintain this 4-point lead.
That's going to be your mark.
It's unbelievable, and it's brilliant scramble defence once again from this Belgian side. You've just got to take your hat off to them. Can they keep it up for 80 minutes, Joe?
Yeah, let's go.
We'll have to wait and see. We saw last week how strong the Romanian bench was in the second half.
Not 5.
Against Germany, they've really piled on the scoreline in the second half with their replacements. So we just know how strong they are. Will this Belgian 15 be able to keep this level of defence up for 80 minutes?
And they went toe-to-toe last week with Portugal, didn't they? It was a game that hung in the balance for most of it until Rodrigo Marta, and lastly, Joris Mora's tries pulled them away. Now, Holly Davidson has got a busy night for her ears, plenty of appealing and part-time referees out there alongside her. Simoniescu, after the quick take, has his kick picked off by Jordan Gott. An instinctive no-look flip over the right-hand shoulder. And a voracious chase pins Romania back again. That was Theo Adaba.
At the mark, back. At the mark. Off feet.
Belgium
questions being asked. Sorry, Joe. Yeah, questions being asked, I think, of Simionescu's kick selection. I just don't think his winger Manamua there was ready for that crossfield kick. Just putting his team on the back foot once again. Penalty given away by Belgium, though. Yeah. Allowing Romania perhaps to gain some field position. You can see the pressure. Right. That kind of kick should be going much further down the pitch. And under this sort of pressure, with what's at stake today, you can just see it getting into the kickers' heads, and they're not getting the same distance as they might usually on these touch finders.
Well, was that straight? There was plenty of competition in the air, but Romania maybe get away with one. They don't get any meters. In fact, they begin to lose them. Valvasa targeting the short side, linking up with Manamua.
They're onside.
Lazy runners from Belgium, but they're so disciplined and they don't engage the Romanians until the offside comes. No look ball off the shoulder. Real running in the manner in which Romania are going about things now. That's a wonderful hit from Abada. Continues to drive the legs. Him and Torfts. Imposing pair of centres.
No hands, Rock now, Rock.
Rupanu. Romania. Put boot to ball. TK, get after it. Oh, it is majestically weighted. And the torpedo TK explodes in pursuit, gathers it in, and at long last, Romania have their try.
Yeah, too many.
Yeah, there's no stopping that man, Ilyasa TK, from that kind of distance. Even if he was one-on-one, he wasn't, he was one-on-none.
Thank you.
It's a fantastic change-up, isn't it, from Romania, under the circumstances, under the Belgian pressure, and
no, 2 more
TK
minutes.
with an easy walk-in. Finally a good kick, I think it was Simeonescu for the Romanians, and TK running in, not quite under the post, but as good as.
2 minutes. Hey guys.
Romania sticking to this structure
2 more
that
minutes to go.
we've known them so well for over the last year or so.
Yeah.
2 pods of forwards in the middle of the pitch, followed up by a big crash ball centre, just putting those Belgian defenders on the back foot, creating the space in behind. Really well worked from the Romanian side.
No mistake from Gabriel Rupanu. And Romania take the lead late in this first half. Belgium 7, Romania 10.
Nicely poised though, isn't it, Joe? If Belgium can put the pressure on now, perhaps get 3 points before half-time, we will be in for an absolutely sensational second half.
Okay. Advantage. Knock on.
Well, it was the perfect restart. And they do have some scrum advantage to play with here, Belgium,
Not
but
now, Romania.
they're back in their own half. Advantage kicked away by Sonnen. So it is a howler that has rewarded a fine kick from Simeonescu with a Romanian throw-in, and this is danger signs for Belgium in the dying embers of the first half.
Yeah, it is, and it's another one, Joe, that just slips out the hands.
Six personnes.
The ball looking as slippery as ever.
Thank you.
This man, Buruiana, needs a towel to dry it up, I think. Belgium will have to keep the Romanians out here just before half-time. It'll be a killer blow if they let in more points here.
One player that's come through there.
Romania launch one final assault of the half.
Okay.
Belgium survive. They clear big into the stands.
Is that what you're asking? Are you asking me a question?
I think that is perhaps...
I thought he was good. Yeah. Okay.
Not what Belgium would have wanted. Sonnen there, we know he's not an out-and-out 9, but should they have kept possession of the ball, perhaps played a couple of phases, let the clock run down and then cleared the ball off. Instead, they've given Romania another attacking opportunity, another opportunity for their famous forwards to get a roll on. They've lost it though.
Nine, that's time.
Nothing will come of it. Sonen back into the pocket. De Franck has kept it in play. He says to Romania, run it back. And Manamura will do that all day if given the opportunity. Simoniescu without his head guard now. De Franck hoovering up the crumbs. Scott, little stutter and then a slice off the right boot. It is loose and free in the final few minutes. And well, the least likely of everyone in that passage, Charles-Henri Berguet, the loose head prop of Belgium, is the wisest of them all. He says, enough's enough, swings his right peg through it, and a breathless first half comes to a close, with the home side, Belgium, having led for the lion's share of the first 40 minutes, but ultimately will head into the half-time huddles trailing. A try piece in the first half, the latest coming from Romania. A wonderfully crafted cross-field kick, gobbled up by Iliesa Tike. The response for an early barnstorming burst from point-blank range from Belgium's captain Jens Torf means that at half-time, it is Belgium 7, Romania 10. Well, this is how it all panned out. There's really so little between them. Just that one penalty from Gabriel Rupanu. He did miss one as well, cannoning off the left upright. But you can see right there, Belgium were in command of the scoreboard, if not trailing in terms of possession and territory. Very much all to play for in the second 40. But here are the highlights of that opening half. And you know, Sam, Belgium were well worth their lead, and they've showed a lot of persistence in defending their line under real pressure from Romania, who were bound to come back after that score from the Belgian captain.
Yeah, they were. You know, we know how powerful this Romanian side is. That was Manamura. His unfortunate knee collision with Julian Berger meant that the number 9 for Belgium, so influential, couldn't continue, which I think has had an effect on the game. But actually, I've liked the way Simeon Sonen has come in for Belgium and just controlled things at 9. So it's very well poised, Joe, for a brilliant second half ahead of us.
Julien Berger, no doubt an enormous loss, but this guy is exciting. He got Romania's try towards the conclusion of that half, and that's why the Oaks in white lead at the break with the fervently supported home side with a bit to do in the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to the Stade Charles Trondeau in Mons in Belgium. Tonight's setting for this round 2 clash between Belgium and Romania, and one that the visitors lead by a slender margin of 3. Georgia had a handsome victory recorded against the Netherlands earlier today, and tomorrow Switzerland take on Spain and Portugal will host Germany. All live, of course, on Rugby Europe TV's channels. Well, the under-12s putting on a show out there for a crowd that is packed in. And they're not just packed in, but they are double lively this evening. It has been cacophonous at times when Romania have been on the ball, harmonious when the home side have been surging towards the white line. But one thing it has been in any occasion is full-blooded and passionate. It's been a great atmosphere, and it's been reflective of many of the crowds that we've seen across the Rugby Europe Championship in these opening 2 rounds. It's a testament to the growth of the significance of the competition, but also in tandem with the prospect of qualification for the Rugby World Cup in 2027. The top 2 from each pool in this year's Rugby Europe Championship will gain qualification to a Rugby World Cup, and they'll get to come away with a jersey that gentleman was wearing there. An old school feel. I'm wondering, what was that, a 95? Romania, they've been to a few, haven't they, in times gone by, but the Belgians are looking to make their maiden bow. And to do so, they will have to record a bit of history here tonight. They've never, ever beaten Romania. 10 attempts, 10 losses, but they're getting closer all the time. Last season, the 15-point margin of defeat was the closest contest in their history. And tonight, Sam Katz, there's just 3 separating the sides at the break.
Yeah, it's been an up and down first half, but Belgium will be absolutely thrilled to be still in this fight, and they know they're going to need a big 40 minutes now if they want to take down the challenge of this Romanian side. For Romania, it's going to be about control, using that power game that we've seen in the first half, winning the territory battle as well, perhaps moving away from those short chips, up and unders, and looking for territory. I think momentum's everything now, Joe, so the first 10 minutes, and here are the Romanians coming out early, looking very focused indeed. These first 10 minutes are going to be crucial. Let's see who is going to set the tone in the second half.
There's Paul Grauer, who delivered a try from the bench against Germany last week in the 78th minute. He's already delivered us one, and he looks a really threatening runner and with great desire to get to the line. I wonder, Sam, we've been chatting a little bit about the pitch. It's shortcut, it's been weathered quite a lot by the rain, and it is chopping up. And I wonder, is that going to play against the sizable figures of the Romanian pack? I'm not saying that Belgium is small, but they may be a touch lighter on their feet.
It's just that it's a bit slippery underfoot, difficult to get purchase. And with this Romanian set-piece game that we know they have a massive focus, and with a coach like David Girard, it's always going to be an area of strength for this Romanian side, and we saw it at the World Cup and in the first game last week at this Rugby Europe Championship. It's absolutely key for them, so they might have to change it up a little bit.
Belgium get us underway for the second half in round 2 of the Rugby Europe Championship 2025. 3 points, the margin between these two sides. And certainly one of the things that the home side, Belgium in red, need is a little more time on the ball.
Use it!
Gutsy defence as they repelled wave after wave of the Romanians in the first half, but they can't just tackle all night. They need to make incursions. And Romania allowing the ball to bounce unforgivably there, almost presenting an opportunity to make some headway.
Good line speed from this Belgian defence, knowing what's at stake early in the second half.
Theo Adaba has been a standout in the centres defensively this evening. Very little opportunity to get anything past him. Belgium across the halfway line until they lose meters with a bit of interplay between Jadot and Hendricks. Gott slings it to the edge. A dummy that Valvasa buys, but not Boboc. Muscular defence.
No hands.
Keeping the Belgian runners at bay. Well, lost forward and, well, I would say that the Belgian who then picked it up was offside, so a bit of an escape for the home side.
Yeah, I think Romania just asking the question. You could see what was on the Belgian minds there. Just playing out the back. It was a lovely little ball out the back from captain Jens Torfs. De Frank, that's Hugo De Frank, the Belgian fly half, expecting someone, some support on his inside, didn't have it, ended up chucking that forward pass. Look at this field position for Romania, a midfield scrum, opening up the park here.
Do you want to just move over?
It's Rupanu with all the options in the world, especially if Romania can get this scrum going forward, as they so often do.
Slight reduction in the width on offer on the blind side as Solly Davidson moves the scrum closer to the touchline for a better patch of grass. Panu, though, doesn't get an opportunity to put the ball in.
Stability on both sides. We hit, set and hold. Quick reset, let's go.
Yeah, we saw the first couple of scrums were absolutely dominated by this Romanian 8. But Belgium have found their way back into the groove. Big figure, isn't he, number 3, Maxime Jadot, on the Belgium tight head.
That's what a 13-season career in France looks like, Sam. He is doing his best to drop the anchor, but there's penalty advantage for Romania, for Valvasa and for Gontiniak, who is brought in and drives into the 22. Forwards then arrive en masse. A tackle release call, but Romania allowed to continue to drive. It's a confusing message for the Belgian defenders as Mitu peels away. The Angoulême number 8, Valvasa, looks to ghost, bouncing off his right foot. Well, the crowd really appreciate that hit on Grauret. Mahu. Valvasa calls for it urgently, has his options shut down by the arrival of Guillaume Benoit. Wave after wave of big white jerseyed men comes crashing down, but back for the penalty. That is a long advantage.
Sorry? No.
Yeah, it's a massive advantage. You almost expect at some point during that phase of play for Holly Davidson, to call the advantage over. I mean, we're talking about 15 phases there after the advantage was given.
Just make sure.
Almost unfair on the Belgian defence, who worked so hard, despite losing a lot of field position and meterage. But it was good play from the Romanians. They're really starting to play to their strengths, aren't they?
Behind this line, please.
Same way carries, nothing out of the ordinary. Those lovely tip-ons outside, looking for weak outside shoulders of that Belgian defence.
Here.
Earning
Where
themselves
this mess is.
yards. Not sure Rupanu fancies himself from a few meters back. It's going to be a difficult kick because, as you can see on your screens there, very slippery underfoot. The surface breaking up a bit. Doesn't look an easy kick at all.
Well, I was going to say that the roar will tell you that that has been pushed wide, but clearly there is a healthy Romanian contingent in the crowd. It's a fine, fine kick from Gabriel Rupanu from the bog beyond the 10-metre line. And Romania enhance their lead to the tune of 3 more points. Still a one-score game.
Off the knee, and then back. No, play on. Off the knee, then backwards.
Oh! Jean-Maurice Decoubert has just run into a Romanian brick wall.
All back.
All grace and elegance momentarily departs the game as legs are swung and loose fly hacks fall into Romanian hands. Simoniescu, who is now dispensed permanently with his head guard, once again unable to stay in play.
A few massive shots in there from the Romanian defence. Bobok, the number 6, what a handoff he just pulled out.
That's you there.
Swatting defenders away.
5-person.
And Romania just starting to get into their groove. Big counter-ruck opportunities they were seeing after the Belgium's getting slightly isolated in their attack.
All in the 5. No, not for me. 2, you can quickly detach, changing lanes.
Yields a scrum for Romania, who are beginning to squeeze this game from Belgium. It is only 6 points, but all the play is in the Belgian half.
Guys, that's going to be your mark.
Yeah, Holly Davidson deeming that there was a detachment in that maul. The Belgians not so happy about her decision.
Props, not up into the front row.
A very important scrum now, this one. Just approaching 50 minutes. Romania will be looking for the same outcome, creating the kind of platform they desire for their attack.
Crouch! Bind! What's the issue?
Jadot just not liking what he's seeing there. His top counterpart, Savin of Romania, wasn't happy about that, so they'll reset.
121 kilos of Savin.
Bind!
It's sad to say that I don't have the numbers on Jadot. So it's going to be in and around that same level. Free kick awarded to Romania, and they tap and they go. They're a team who wants to get on with things.
Away! The tackler's still there.
Valvasa doesn't release the ball. He is very unpredictable, isn't he? That is one of his strengths. Crawl along the floor by Savin. Isn't penalised. Valvasa, 2 dummies, 1 skip, 1 glide, then the offload, and now more offloading in close quarters. Romania thriving in a congested field and thriving in the close quartered carries. Rupanu, Valvasa, double miss pass, the wrong direction. Manamua.
No advantage.
And again, despite stern Belgian defence, it was all the time being played with penalty advantage.
Shot called.
Yeah, again, a lot of phases aren't there in this penalty advantage from Holly Davidson. Difficult for the Belgians to take. You can see what the Romanians are going for. A lot of these angles from their forward pods back against the grain. I'm not sure if it's the best option for them. I think they want to be getting to outside shoulders and trying to make their yards on those outside shoulders, cutting off that Belgian defence. Instead, they're just getting hit man on man. They know they're the stronger side, especially around set piece, but in those one-on-one contacts, they're not necessarily getting that gain line advantage that they would have hoped for, certainly that they saw in the first half.
Kick by kick. Gabriel, Rupanu and Romania are taking the game away from Belgium. 9 points, the difference, and each penalty feeding the voices and the hopes of that pocket of die-hard Oak fans.
Back off red.
TK was never going to pass that, was he? Starved of possession in this half. Oh, and a gift. A gift for the Romanians in a nice, tidy Belgian bow.
Yep.
Gobbled up by Taylor Gontiniak,
okay,
who
so
points
live
to the crowd and celebrates as he swan dives across, and that could be the killer blow for Belgium.
Yeah, I think that's what happens, isn't it, Joe, when your tight head prop decides to throw a 25-metre pass across the middle of the pitch.
I've just asked to make sure that that goes backwards. Yeah.
And there it is. It's being checked.
Thank you.
It's being checked just in case there was a forward pass in the build-up. But it's a hell of an interception from Gontiniak. Really showing his pace there and putting on the afterburners to go over and really stretch this lead.
Colin, just let me know if we need to time off.
Just waiting for Holly Davidson's final
For now,
decision.
yeah.
The TMO's checking in the background, nothing comes, so Romania don't hang around. 7 points.
Call it.
And a dagger in the heart of the Belgian
Captain,
history
we've
hunting
checked.
ambitions.
The pass is back, then comes off the back of red. Good to go.
Gutting for Maxime Jadot with a 3 on his shirt. Big left-hand pass. It looked good. But Gontiniak with an excellent interception. Read the play. Absolutely telegraphed. They won't want this to come down to the last 15 minutes, this Romanian side. It's about being ruthless, and opportunities like that, they can't let go amiss. The experience of Gontiniak.
Side pass on.
Really important for them in that moment. And it's all about those moments, Joe. Turning point in the game. Stretch this lead.
20 points.
It's not my throw. It's your
unanswered
throw.
now.
Yes.
For Romania.
Clearly,
It was Belgium
on the
who
outside
led.
arm, while 2 people go up and
7
compete.
points to 3, but once again,
The ball is caught on the outside arm, whilst another pod goes up to compete. Therefore, we have to give it. It's not straight.
emulating the performance against Germany last week. It's Romania who've come into their own in the second half.
Yeah, it's nothing we weren't expecting, was it, Joe? They had a similar performance last outing against Germany. Really piled it on the second half. Just shows, you know, these experienced Romanian heads scoping out the game in the first half. Attacking.
Okay, that's one each now. We stay down.
At the right moments.
One each, stay down. Crouch!
Christy Boboc's
Bind!
sorest part of his anatomy might just well be his
Set!
voice box by the end of this match.
Advantage.
Vociferous in the manner in which he G'd up his forwards for another penalty-winning scrum. Simonescu searing through the heart of the Belgian defence, then dancing around the flailing tackle attempts. Romania in the groove.
Let it go, boys, let it go.
More penalty advantage.
Let it go.
Davidson says play on. And Romania will want that because they have got Belgium on the ropes. Now they go to the power. The passing unlocked the Belgians. Now they look to batter the door down with these big, bruising boys.
Short, there it is, Seven, release. There it is, there.
Well, I've got absolutely no idea what's happening in there, and I don't think Holly Davidson does either.
There it is.
But she gets the step count up, swinging left to right. Held up. Belgium have found a way to stop what felt inevitable.
What number, Adele?
What a load of pressure piled on by the Romanian forwards.
3, 2, and 5.
From this Belgian defence meant they formed an impenetrable wall there.
3, 2, and 5.
Really great last-ditch defending from that Belgian side.
Yeah, sub. He's in front of you and has gone off feet first. That's why I also can't reward him. I know it seems like I'm not, but there's always someone there.
Bajado has really given his all. Unfortunately, his abiding memory may just be the intercept pass that he threw. Bruno Vliegen, Alexis Kufolo and Jean-Baptiste de Klerk are on as replacements in the front row. Try scorer last week, the replacement tight head.
That's your mark.
And this is the game-breaking moment.
Got to say, Joe, I think he probably thought he had the advantage. Just take a little bit of the blame away from Jadot for that try. He thought there was a Romanian knock-on, so he thought, oh, I think I'm going to try a long pass. Probably not one of those, not something that's in his repertoire normally. He's opting for the wrong moment today.
Scrum absolutely mangled, but a sufficient platform for Adrian Mitu and the revved up Romanians to power across the line for try number 3. And it is all bubbling over now.
We talked about being ruthless, didn't we? And that was as ruthless as you will see from big number 8, Adrian Mitu. He's not had his most lively game. The handbags are still out between these two sides. High stakes. There's a lot of pressure on these big shoulders. But hopefully they can calm themselves down. Excellent finish, wasn't it, from Mitu? Knew he was one-on-one.
Speak to the sub.
It was Woolraff on the wing there.
Good.
It's had a quiet first half, but just when it mattered for this Romanian side, absolute clinical. So fast off the base.
I don't want to see any of that. I've spoken to number 8.
And it's Murek.
Enough, okay? You're both
defending on that side.
Back you go.
He's just run over the top of him. Look what it means to that Romanian side to be so far ahead, knowing that the World Cup hopes could soon be realised.
Gabriel Lupanu has kicked supremely well this evening. But that's conversion attempts. And asked too far. But they've got a bit of a cushion now, the Romanians. And really, given the way that the last 40, 50 minutes of the match has unfolded, you struggling to see a way back for Belgium right now. It's Belgium 7, Romania 28. And finally, at long last, they get a call go their way. Maximilian Hendricks is off. Confirmation of those front row replacements as well.
Yeah, no second thoughts there. De Frank, straight to the corner.
3.
See if his forward pack can get over this Romanian line.
The line-out drills work well. Alexis Kufalo. First one launched of the evening, and a roar from the stadium. The Belgian fans sense a big moment coming the way of their team. There is penalty advantage.
Collapsed by number 8. Back here, back here, back here.
And the try scorer has added a penalty to the opposition to his list of achievements moments after his try. De Klerk doesn't hesitate, straight into the corner.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy this Belgian side needs. Get it in.
One second.
Get into those low body positions and get that maul going.
Number 3 and number 4.
I want a repeat of that now. Another couple of replacements coming on, I think.
Maurice Flomont is there at the front wearing 23 alongside Charles-Henri Bergouet. Alex Rainier is actually the man who's made way for Alexis Kufalo. Kufalo is throwing some fine darts. A wrap round the corner, a burst to the line, a bundle of bodies, and an enormous decision for Holly Davidson to make.
Time off.
This is absolutely key now for Belgium. Can they get the decision they want?
Time off.
I didn't think it was forced down.
My on-field decision is try. I just want to make sure there's no reason not to award.
Holly Davidson says her on-field decision's a try.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. No, it's grounding, so it's calling.
She saw a grounding. Oh, this could really swing the pendulum towards this Belgian side as they look to grasp onto something in this game. A try here would really make a big difference for them.
When I came round here, though, it's done. No.
Just waiting for this replay.
Whole swathes of replacements now onto the field. It's going to change the makeup of proceedings. Jacob Immelman.
Okay, thank you.
Of Romania, one of them, and
We've got one more camera angle to check.
he here not getting the luxury of the TMO angles.
Yep.
It was a well-worked line out, wasn't it? They just mixed it up a little bit. And the try's given, and that is a brilliant turnaround for Belgium.
Check,
And it's breathed fresh life into this crowd who have had very little to cheer about since the Jens Torf's try early in the first half. Hugo de Franck. Well, a successful conversion here puts them within 2 scores. You never say never in Rugby Europe. Belgium's Mr. Dependable makes no mistake. And a glimmer of hope from a barnstorming burst round the corner, and a Hugo de Franck conversion means it's Belgium 14, Romania 28, a quarter of an hour to go.
1 second.
Yeah, they're going to be praying and hoping for a good exit here. Belgium off this kickoff. It's going to be the key for them. This is an absolutely crucial point in the game for Belgium. Can they follow up that positive with another positive?
Awkwardly, but ultimately very well taken by William van Bost, who is one of a few who were playing their rugby for Béziers, I beg your pardon. You're one of your old teams, Sam.
On the line.
There's a few Béziers boys, including their Romania coach, David Gerard. A number of boys playing their rugby in France, not surprisingly. An absolute trendsetter in professional rugby, certainly.
Belgium playing fast and loose. They invite a tempting intercept attempt from Manu Mua. Instead, he opts for the man, and the move breaks down.
Falling. Okay. Right. Just play here. Keep going, keep going. Good now.
Here come Belgium. A bit of pep in their step. Oh, check the blind spot. A body bag tackle from Manu Mua. I'll tell you what, Florian Remu has worn it awfully well. It's William van Bost who's the one who's had his skeleton rattled, but Florian Remu was ended by Manu Mua coming out of the blind spot.
Unbelievable collision, wasn't it? Exactly what you don't want if you're Florian Remu. A big Manu Mua shoulder coming into your midriff. Next score, absolutely vital in this one.
Yep.
We would have liked a bit more meterage on that kick.
Time. Number 1 and 2, sub. Number 2. Wait. Oh, hold on, guys. Sub.
Vital now, this Belgian side's concentration.
That's
Laurent Dossat, their head coach, would have worked this kind of scenario through with them over and over again on the training pitch.
Ball through the mark. Stay there.
It is an 80-minute game, and sometimes you just need a bit of a boost, and that's what Belgium have got from their second try. There are fresh legs and fresh ambitions. Sonen still playing in the unfamiliar role of scrum half. An early replacement for the highly influential Berger. So the man who was a fullback by trade has been filling in and filling in well at scrum half. Low slung, big tackles arriving now, right on the cusp of legality, it must be said too. It's an error there from Manamua, but the whistle had gone for a late hit and a yellow card being brandished as well. Maybe a yellow card primarily to douse a bit of ice on the flames of these Romanian tacklers at the moment.
More than a yellow card.
Continiac, who gets sent into the sin bin.
1 second, please.
He's just lost his head a little bit there. No arms, flying tackle after the pass. I'm not sure what Davidson might be checking here, but after that pass was made and the infringement from Continiac,
okay, that's us at the screen, Colin.
one of the Belgian backs put in a hell of a kick into the bottom right-hand corner. Now, would that have counted as a 50-22?
Well, I think it actually ricocheted off the shins of Manamua. I don't know if we'll get to see a replay. One thing we know is that Holly Davidson has received some instructions that this might be more than a yellow card.
Coming now.
Let's take a look at what unfolded here.
Camera 5. No.
Well, that's fine.
So that's the, if we talk through this, that's the knock-on
Yeah,
and the tackle.
no, keep going.
If we play the footage through from here.
Yeah, keep playing through.
That's fine. That's well timed and a big hard hit, but it's the action afterwards.
No, it's the other. That's the other camera. It's the other angle,
isn't it, from Continiac?
Camera
It's
6.
not really controlling his body.
Right, the other angle now is coming.
To get under the ball and under Woolworth.
So it's indirect contact
right
for
on
me.
The back of the head.
So it starts on the shoulder and then rides up. So I'm still happy with my on-field decision of a yellow card to 30.
Agree, Holly.
Yep. Happy?
I'm happy.
Yeah, I think I'd probably agree with that decision from Holly Davidson. Really well called. She's had a good look at it. Not decided that Continiac doesn't deserve more than a yellow card, which means they'll get him back
card is good.
for the last few minutes of this game.
Thanks, 10.
Perhaps it might be a vital moment for them
Stay
to
there,
get
guys.
back to 15, this Romania side, because at the moment it's all Belgium. There's another opportunity here.
Okay, guys. Yep.
Well, reduced to 14, and they've done the best with the penalty, but then they can't claim the line out. It is frustration compounded by frustration, and Romania, they don't care how many they got on the field, they'll play. It's a really smart kick from Simoniescu, and it's a wonderful chase as well. Absolutely nowhere for Sonin to go. He's probably licking his lips to find himself in a position akin to fullback for the first time in the match, having put in a shift at scrum half, an inviting pass for a receiver to be smashed, but Belgium evade the challenges of the Romanians until they get out wide, and there is real venom in the clear out.
Off feet, 16, let it go. Good.
Jean-Baptiste de Klerk creates a dent in the deck as he goes to ground. Belgium fizzing it out wide. Oh, Adaba.
There it is.
Well, he has done himself a mischief there, and maybe play's going to stop here because it looks like a head injury, but for the time being, Romania will play. Valvasa continues to take it to the line and manipulate the Belgian defence. Flicked inside. Belgium looking ragged.
No!
Romania not red hot, but hot enough to make their way into the 22. More thievery, more counter-rucking, more opportunity for Belgium, who are beginning to delight their fans here. It's the kind of broken game that you could see a score chime in from 80 metres, which is what Belgium need to cover right now. Adaba back on his feet.
Yes, agree. See what comes.
Manamua is to be penalised for a high tackle, but first Belgium will try and drive through the heart. The undefended fringes, the chip over the top, the race from Sonnen. Manamua is looking so leggy back there. And he might just get a rest.
This high tackle, please.
But 10 minutes, not of his own accord.
Thank you.
Breathless stuff, isn't it? And you can tell Belgium sense like they have got a sniff here. With Romania down to 14, they are not giving up possession of that ball. I was expecting them to perhaps find a line down the side and kick through. It's a very high shot there from Manamua. Head-to-head collision.
Okay,
it was
play through for the next one.
They can have another look at it. It's just not made no effort, has he?
11 white is upright. It is head-to-head, but it's a low degree of danger. You agree with those facts, Colin?
Yes, agree with those facts, yes. And there are your two best angles.
It's very similar to the collision that Adaba was involved in.
Agreed.
A few phases previous, where he hit his head a lot harder and was clutching. So Romania are going to be reduced to 13 players here. Adaba, you'd think, must go off for some attention after a couple of blows.
Say yellow. No. Pardon? No, he doesn't. He cuts back inside. Off he goes.
Tavita Manamua won't see out the remainder of the match. Romania will play the next few minutes with 13 and then the entirety of the rest of the match with 14.
It's here.
This is big for Belgium.
You've got a cut. Good there.
If ever there was a time to create history, it's now against the 13 of Romania.
Huge for Belgium now, and De Frank, he wants to get this as far into the corner as possible.
I'll put them up here, Finn. Yep. Okay, time off.
Again, he's nothing to lose there. I think he's got to go for it, go for that corner.
Yep.
You know, team trailing by 14 points.
Substitution. Five. Thank you. Okay, back up. Two.
Sandre Mahu's gone off.
Okay, time off,
and he has
Phil.
had a phenomenal game.
Nine.
Big number 5. He's been really solid.
13.
Marius Iftimichiuk is on, and talk about energy bounding on from the bench.
He's coming off for 19.
Here comes the Belgian cavalry.
Have on? Yeah. Wait, hold him, Finn. Finn, hold him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're good. Time back on. Good.
Old school. Oh, a wounder for Belgium. We try a bit of deception at the front of the lineup, but instead they spurned their opportunity.
Yeah, they missed a fantastic opportunity, didn't they?
Yeah.
To to get back into this one.
I'll find out for you in time.
I'll be very
Colin,
disappointed
can you
with
give me a
that.
time check, please? Guys, it's going to be here.
Just get the ball up, get a pod up, and get that ball out of that
7.5.
out of that line out and out to their backs. With 2 extra players, you just expect them to keep hold of that ball and create space somewhere on the pitch, whether it's in behind. Move this Romania team around. So hard to work in defence with 13. So difficult.
Set! Advantage. Loose head, elbow down.
And a penalty to compound the knock-on. It will suit Romania down to the T. They'll be in no rush to take this. And by the time the set piece is formed up, in all likelihood, another minute will have been eaten out of the clock.
We just saw number 9, Gabriel Rupanu off. He's been so good all game for the Romanians.
Guys, the line's yours, okay? Thank you.
In his place,
Seatbelt
last week's number 10, Alin Konake. Missed out on a start today. I wonder how things would have gone had he been wearing the 10 jersey today. Valvasa's had a good game though, Hinckley Valvasa. He's controlled proceedings. Two very different options.
Well, I haven't seen the Romanian master plan, but I venture a guess that from here on in, it'll be up the jumper and little expanse. The 13 men of Romania currently out-muscling the Belgian forwards. Valvasa doesn't know how to keep it tight though, does he?
Yes, 9.
Pure attacking instincts. Konake bossing his big men around. One of those is Georgi Gadjuin. Vlad Nekula.
I agree.
Carries round the corner.
Advantage, offside.
It may not be dynamic, but it sure is pragmatic, and the penalty garnered could spell the death knell of any positive outcome for Belgium.
16.
Offside by Bruno Vliegen. And time now is running away.
It's not fun to watch, is it, from the Romanians, but it's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Shot called.
Down to 13, just slow things down. And calling that shot to take this game surely away from Belgium.
Thank you. 5 minutes.
Julian Berger made way early in the first half for Belgium. His opposite man, Gabriel Rupanu, has been instrumental, but now in his absence, another man who knows precisely how to score points. Alin Konake sizes up the poles, sends a sweet strike through the uprights, and the result is now beyond any doubt. Belgium 14, Romania 31. And Sam Katz,
we'll play.
Time for your player of the match.
Yeah, I've been having a little think about this one, Joe, and it's been a bit of a team performance from Belgium all around, just coming up short when it mattered the most. On the Romanian side of the fence, I think the carrying of Chirica and the likes of Mitu as well has been fantastic, but you've got to hand it to the way Rupanu controlled this game from 9. Kicking's been brilliant as well. Valvasa's been good, but his number 9, Gabriel Rupanu, has been superb. So I've got to give the player of the match to Rupanu.
By White.
The Romanian scrum half, player of the match, and very much the architect
No hands, Red, no hands, off feet.
of this victory for Romania, that in all likelihood will send them not just to the semi-finals of the Rugby Europe Championship, but to the next Rugby World Cup in 2027. Portugal are still to take on Germany. That would be an extraordinary shock. Well, Szlobos failed to defeat the Germans, but nothing is a given in Rugby Europe. TK, who've got the try scoring started for the Romanians, gets another carry. The only thing missing from their evening here in Belgium is a bonus point try.
Okay, Romania, use it!
90 seconds to find one.
Not yet.
How
Use
good have
it!
Romania been, Joe, when it's mattered right here at the death, down to 13, just keeping control of possession, keeping control of the pill.
Use it!
Go!
That'd be desperately disappointing for Laurent Dossat. They had nigh on 10 minutes to play against the 13, and they haven't managed to get their hands on the ball. Maxime Vaquier,
1 minute, number 9. 1 minute.
Hinkley Valvassa.
Yeah.
And the 1 minute warning to Konake.
There's the ball. It's underneath the player. Use it. I'll tell you when time's up.
Belgium just cannot get their hands on the ball. And it is death by 1,000 one-out runners.
No hands. Look at this player. No.
For the Belgians.
Look at this player. Yep. And time check, please, Colin. 5 seconds. 3, 2. Yep.
Go!
Maria Simoniescu, the captain, and his men maintain a perfect record against the Belgians in international competition.
Oh my gosh, no. Okay. Okay, yeah. I agree. Okay, come on.
They had to work tirelessly to do so.
Captain.
They weren't able to get a bonus point try, but one thing they do have is a cherished victory on the road. It's 2 wins from 2 for Romania in the Rugby Europe Championship 2025. Whilst the plucky Belgians continue their quest for a first win of 2025. Sam, I think a just result in the end on balance of play and performance from Romania.
Yeah, I think so. 1 try in each half for Belgium, but they didn't create quite enough to turn these Romanians over. We saw the power, we saw the strength of the Romanian pack. Big runners like Kirika, Mitu, Bobok, carrying their team forward, creating the space, at times creating the overlap as well. And Romania making the most of those opportunities, and that clinicality is really the difference at this level.
Final score here, Belgium 14, Romania 31. Well, it's a disappointing night for Belgium, who came here with high hopes. They came with big expectations of themselves, and it's a mark as to the growth of the game in the country, both domestically and internationally, and a bumper crowd as well. You have to say that the spectators really made it an occasion to remember.
Yeah, they've been fantastic tonight, cheering their team on. And I mean, a couple of seasons ago, we wouldn't have seen Belgium getting anywhere near the likes of Romania. It just goes to show how far they've come and how much rugby is growing in this country. For many parts of that game, they were going toe-to-toe with a very, very strong Romanian side with a clear idea of how it needs to get the job done. And I think they showed some good game management in parts of this game. And it's testament to the coaching team.
Romania they're undeniably in a bit of a rebuild. It was a bit of a watershed World Cup in France where they arrived and really had a tough tournament. It felt like the culmination of a few poor years where really in the grand scheme of the Rugby Europe cosmos, they've been overtaken by the Portugals, by the Spains. Georgia head and shoulders above the rest of the competition. But Romania used to be the nation at the top. Then they were the ones vying with the Georgians. But each and every win that they get around the continent all adds to the belief and the growth for their fervent fans, who you can hear have travelled en masse to get Romanian rugby back to its rightful place. Great to see so much travelling support. Romania have set up a group showdown, shall we say, potentially against Portugal. They face Germany tomorrow. Should Portugal fulfill what form and expectation would say they will and record a victory against Germany, it'll be a winner-takes-all for home billing in the semi-finals of the Rugby Europe Championship 2025. And they're going to have an enemy in their midst, because Mihai Macove, the Romanian legend, is on the coaching ticket for Osh Lobos. So there'll be a bit of inside knowledge potentially working against them. And it's going to be played in Botoșani as well. The usual Arc de Triomphe stadium is unavailable in Bucharest, so they will travel 5 hours from the capital to take on the Portuguese, which is not necessarily a bad thing, as many nations have found that taking international rugby around the nation rather than always focusing it in the capital can really spark the imaginations of everyone around the land.
Absolutely, it's going to be a hell of a showdown next week in Romania. One to watch for sure and to tune into. Interesting to see how Portugal will get on tomorrow.
Well, let's get a bit of reaction pitch side, where we have some interviews with some of the key protagonists.
Captain, no win today. How do you approach the next game? Next Sunday have to play again. What's your mindset?
Now we're gonna lick our wounds tonight. We played a very tough game. Congrats to Romania. They played a very tough game. It was a big battle, so we're gonna lick our wounds tonight, tomorrow as well. And I think we're gonna come back Monday with new mindsets. We're gonna be happy to see each other again because we got a good group. We got a strong group together, and I think there's good hope for the future. Germany, we're gonna attack. We're gonna attack like we always do. We got a great spirit, so we're gonna give everything to get after us for that fifth place.
Attitude of a true captain. What are the positive things you take from today, from playing here in Belgium for the home court?
Positive things. We played some good rugby when we had the ball. We played some very good rugby. They made us very tough in the breakdown, so we're gonna have a look at that. But when we had the ball in hands, we were very dangerous, and they had a lot of struggles with us. With our attack.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jens Torfs finding the positives from that display from Belgium, a try-scoring captain. Not quite enough to write a fresh page of history with victory over Romania.
Laurent, coach, what did you think of what's your feeling right now?
In the first time, congratulations at the Romania team. It was a good game, strong game. I'm disappointed for the player, but I'm very proud of them. Really, I think some moments are scandalous with the referee and the TMO because in the first period, hand on the face and a lot of some moments scandalous. But yeah, it's okay. We continue the way. It's not finished to go to World Cup in the second phase, and we stay up, and but I'm disappointed for the player.
Some frustrations for the refereeing staff. What are the positive things that you saw in your team today?
Yeah, we know it was a very strong team, and we tackle a lot and. Really nice mindset, and so it will be very important for the to continue the way, and yeah, and a lot of things. But I think we didn't play so much, and I think we have to have confidence of our rugby.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck next week.
Laurent Dossa not mincing his words in the post-match interview about some of the reasons he felt lay behind his side's loss, but also laced with optimism in terms of their ability to qualify for the World Cup through the repechage and other avenues. Let's hear it from Marius Simonescu, the winning captain of Romania.
Captain, first of all, congratulations. How are you feeling after this game?
Thank you. It's a great win. I feel amazing. We go to World Cup. This matters for us for today.
What are the things that you think led your team to this win and the qualification?
I think was the physicality. The mentality was great, and our boys, they do each job.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a good day. Yeah, thank you.
That's the big picture stuff there from Marius Simonescu. Yes, they've beaten Belgium. Yes, they're undefeated in the Rugby Europe Championship this season, but he knows just how instrumental that win is in terms of their Rugby World Cup qualification. David Gerrard is going to be a happy man as well, the head coach of Romania.
Coach, congratulations, qualification is in place. How are you feeling?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel it's another dream for me, and I'm so proud to be Romanian tonight. I'm so proud of the players, so proud of the staff, and so proud to see so many Romanians here. I think we have to stop to complain and we have to enjoy. Last year was difficult, like I said before the game, but I think tonight we did what we needed to do for enjoying the evening and for enjoying the next 2 years to prepare World Cup in Australia.
Yeah, very good. How do you think you beat Belgium today? What was the determining factor?
Our scrum worked well during the day, and yes, our direct rugby was quite efficient. But after it's just about detail, sometimes they are with us, sometimes not. Today, a few of them were with us. We dominate the collision, and it was an important thing for us. But Belgium got to have nice days in front. They did a great job during all the year, and I wish them the best for the next few weeks. I know it's not finished for Belgium, and I think everybody will see them maybe in World Cup because they deserve, and they did a great job.
David, thank you so much. Congratulations on qualification. Enjoy this moment.
Proud to be Romanian, and his Romanian charges have done the country very proud, and they now have, as he said, 2 years to enjoy preparing for a Rugby World Cup in Australia in 2027. Here's player of the match.
Just a little, yeah, perfect. Okay. All right. Gabriel, congratulations, player of the game. How did you feel like how do you feel?
Da, sunt foarte bucuros. Abia am așteptat meciul ăsta, abia am așteptat, număram zilele și abia așteptăm să ajungem în Australia să jucăm la Cupa Mondială din nou.
Very happy. We counted the days for this game to start it, and from now on we're going to count it till we get to Australia.
Yes, the qualification, that's in order. You're going to the World Cup. What is the plan now?
Avem un meci greu din nou cu Portugalia și abia așteptăm să-l jucăm și vrem să-l câștigăm.
We have a hard game now against Portugal, so you have to prepare well and we want to win that game as well.
Gabriel, thank you. Congratulations.
Right, well, all the excitement and joy surrounding the Rugby World Cup qualification, the top 2 of each pool securing that honour. Belgium fought hard, they fought bravely, but they didn't have enough fight to fend off the Romanians. They've gone down 14 points to 31, and for them, in Pool B, it is now a case of getting back on the horse. They'll play Germany in their final pool match. Portugal, who are also in the Rugby World Cup running, face Germany tomorrow, and victory against them will secure their Rugby World Cup berth to go on the adventure once again, as they did in France last year. Sam, we are seeing highlights here of a match that started so promisingly for Belgium, but they just didn't quite have the fight. And that stricken man down there, their key playmaker, Julian Berger, his absence really proved critical in the end.
Yeah, they scored that fantastic try from their captain, Jens Torfs. But in doing so, number 9 and controller on the pitch for them, Julian Berger, injured, forced off the pitch, and I think that really changed things. Sonnen didn't do a bad job, but some of the space created by Romania's powerful forward plays, the way they took their team forward, just created space for the likes of TK. He's going to be an absolute threat, isn't he, for Romania? New on the scene. He looks like an absolute handful. And there's that key moment, just as things were starting to look up for the Belgians. A big missed pass from number 3 tight head prop, Maxime Jadot. And it's Gontiniak's sensational read. Points to the Romanian fans behind the post there as he goes over. And the game just got away from Belgium at that point.
Well, the Romanians had a period where they were supercharged and scoring in the corner in front of all the supporters that they brought across the border. That was a seminal moment. There was time for one burst, and Jean-Maurice Découvert wrestled his way across the line. He was deserving of a score, and well, the yellow cards were brandished for the Romanians. They were down to 13 for the last 10 minutes. Belgium couldn't find a way through, and in fact, Romania added another penalty. And you can see the scenes of jubilation. These guys are most likely going on a journey, and one that ends in Australia in 2027 at the Rugby World Cup. So, confirmation of the results from today: Georgia 40, the Netherlands 7, Belgium 14, Romania 31. Thank you for your company, Sam Katz, and thank you to all of you tuning in. There are 2 more games to come. Rugby Europe TV is the only place to catch them, so make sure you don't miss out. The Rugby Europe Championship 2025 in full throw, and thrilling as always.